So now almost I think everything we have trimmed. Then here few things are left out. See, this is not, this is pole face, right? So this is pole face. Then this also you can remove because we are trimming it, right? Okay, then anything else? Fine. Okay, this is not required. Trim. Fine. Okay. Next, you can take one different hatch and let us hatch that windings. So any different hatch you can take. Okay. This okay. This you can take. Okay, no problem. Okay. Then scale some 15. Add pick points. Pick points. Enter. Okay. The scale is very high, I guess. 1. Okay. Fine. Clear? So you can refer that your CAD file. Where is that CAD file? Now pole face is ready. Now these slots, everything is remaining, right? So this dovetail also you have to do. Dovetail randomly you can do this dovetail. Okay. Then these are the this thing holes here. Okay. This also randomly you can draw. Okay. So on the pole face also you have few. This is for damper bars. Usually here whatever you draw, right, that will be for damper bars. Now for your kind information, randomly I am doing it. And later you can, when you draw in scale, you can draw it clearly. Okay. So randomly you can draw few slots. Then here also for riveting. Please note that all these should be in same alignment. Because of shortage of time, I am doing it like this. Okay. And next, dovetail also. Dovetail, you know the axis, right? So drawing dovetail is not easy. Nothing is it. Just draw one line, horizontal line like this. Okay. Then with scale, if you draw also, that is fine. That is well and good. If you are not able to draw with scale, then this also is fine. Okay. Clear. So this is known as dovetail arrangement. Okay, this is how you fix this pole and spider. Using this dovetail arrangement, you will fix that. Okay. Now this axis line is not required. Then anything else if you want. Now you can delete everything. Okay, even this also, interesting fact, even this also you can delete. See, now if whatever you have drawn, if it is perfect, then it will come in hexagon only. Okay. So now you keep the center on always, object snap on. Now Now next thing what you have to do is you have to copy this 6 times. Okay, so we are doing it polar array. Go to this array. Okay, now how many is polar array? Items 6. Then select objects, you can select, enter. Now center point, that see, by automatically it will come because we have drawn the circle, right? The center point of that. Okay, then anything to fill? Nothing, done. Okay, see. Okay, so then you can draw the shaft here. This is the shaft. Okay, this is how it looks here. Then dimensioning, as I told last class, dimensioning, you have to dimension it. Okay, so main thing is you have to draw the spider, then you have to draw one pole, then you have to array. Almost in all the problems we are what we are doing is we are using this offset command only. Even when you draw the slots, one slot you draw, then you array it. How many numbers you want, you can array it. Okay, so this is nothing but your rotor of your salient pole. Stator will come outside. Okay, so next dimensioning you do it, that you know. And also one more thing, important thing you have to note is, first you have to the problems we have shared it with you. Just relate this dimension and whatever they have given here. So you will, first you have to understand the parts. So once you see here, you will understand the parts, then very easily you can draw. Okay. So the same thing here. Previously we had 6 poles, the spider is hexagon, but here the spider is something like square in cross section. Okay. Now here, this pole arc they have not given. Here you knew this pole width, pole face width. Okay, so offset you did, then this point you had cut here. See there in figure, this one. This center line offset, then I marked this point, then I brought it like this. Okay, this in any fashion you can get it down. Okay, now I got it down directly here. Now if you see in this problem, rest all the details they are given. Rotor outer diameter they have given, then rotor inner diameter is this one, that they have given, then all this winding details they have given. This everything you can draw. Okay, this side somewhere you can draw 22, then 8, then again 22 close, one more 10, then this 29, again 10. Small 2 rectangles you can draw and get it here. But main thing you should understand is how to get this pole face from here to here, how much to cut, that they have not given. But here they have given some other details like pole arc by pole pitch, pole width they have given, but only that pole face they have not given. Because first you will be drawing this circle, right? So what you need to do is, there is some calculation. Pole arc by pole pitch is equal to 0.74 as given. So pole pitch is equal to pi d by p. This is a standard formula. So next pole arc will be, pole pitch if you substitute here, pole arc will be 0.74 into pi d divided by p. So pi d is 360. What will be your pole arc? So if you substitute here, pole number of poles also he has given, that is p equal to 4. So if you substitute here, you will get 6.66. 66.6. This is nothing but your pole arc width. So what you need to do is, you need to measure an angle of 66.66 between these two lines. So I will draw. If you want to draw, you can draw, no problem. So first I will take this rotor outer diameter. Before that I will delete this. So rotor outer diameter is how much? It is 225 mm diameter. Okay, so circle, it is diameter. Diameter is how much? 225 mm is given. So inside this it should come. So as I told, first thing what you need to do is axis. This is very important. Okay, so this is only for your reference. Now pole phase you need to draw, right? For that angle you need to give. The calculations I told you, right? How much from here to here it is 66.66. By this calculation you got. So to do this calculation you need this number that they will give 0.74, and number of poles, if you know, you can draw. In some problems the poles sometimes they will not give. That time you can assume it to be 4 or 6, but this they have to give 0.74. Okay. Now to draw a line with an angle, this line you need to give. Okay. For that you better keep this dynamic input on. Keep this line, first point, specify first point, then you need to give this angle, right? How much is that angle? See, from here it is coming as, from here you need to draw, right? So, but pole phase from here to here it is 33.3. Total it is 66.6. From this midpoint it is 33.3. Okay. So, you do one small calculation. 90 minus 33.3. How much is that? 90 minus 33.3. 1 second. Madam, could you please check that? 33.3. It is 56.7, right? So from here to here it is 56.7. So in that CAD file, angle, how much? 56.7. See, this side you got, same thing, this side also you need to do. So it is taking the angle from here. So 90 plus, where is that? See, 90 plus 33.3. How much is that? 123.3. Got it? From here to here it is 90. From here to here it is 33.3. This is what we found out, 66.6. So from here to here I drew first. Now from here, with respect to this horizontal line, I have to draw 123.3. See, it is coming. When you keep this dynamic input on, see, it is coming from where you need to keep 123.3. So this first one indicates your length of the line. Second one indicates angle. So if you press that tab, it will go to that second one. So this is your pole arc. Got it? So this, next you know what to do. You can get it down. See this from here to here, now you came to know. Next you can trim. The rest all parts you can trim. Then you can get it down. Select everything. You can trim this. Because next you are arraying it, right? This is not required. When you array, this also will come. Okay, next pole width. How much is that pole width? Width of the pole, it is given. I think width 65 mm. So 65 minus 2 divide by 2. 32.5. Okay, so from here 32.5, from here 32.5. Offset command, distance 32.5. Select this, keep it right side, select this, put it left side. Done. Pole width is done now. Okay. Now you need to join this. Directly you can join. Okay, because window height and all they have not given. So you can assume here. So in the problem itself they will tell missing data can be suitably assumed. Okay.